so hot. Damn heat wave. Ugh. Ah. Ah. Oh shit. Greetings, programs, and welcome back to the Gamification, a place where fellow geekazoids can talk about all the things going on in the world of movies, anime, video games, and other cool geeky stuff. A few things on the docket today, so we'll start it off with the first thing that I like to call new news. Is good news, not always. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 big news items for this week. Last week, according to my editor, there was a bit of a delay with the uploading, and the recording. So let's get into it with the first one called "Actual DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 actually in the works." I put in too many actuallys. Actually, this is from KH13.com. Tetsuya Nomura, the director for Kingdom Hearts series, has been interviewed by Dengeki PlayStation about Kingdom Hearts 3. Here, Nomura confirms that DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 is currently in development. A critical mode difficulty level is being worked on, as well as some expansions to the story of the game. Thank goodness, because it was a higgledy-piggledy, it was a bit of a mess, honestly. There was some good stuff, and there was like some wow, I didn't see that coming, but there were very few and far between. Anyway, I've given my review already, and the answer was that it will be explained with DLC, which this is kind of like the same thing as what happened to Final Fantasy 15, where it wasn't completely finished, and they're like, hey, here's some extra stuff that fills in the blanks for Final Fantasy 15's story, the narrative. And then it just kind of became a mess that kind of got good, but a lot of people dropped off before Square Enix could realize the full product. But we'll see what else they say. It is unknown exactly when the DLC will be released, but Nomura stated that free editions may come sooner and be released as soon as they are ready, while the paid DLC will be grouped into one single package and is aimed to be released by the end of 2019. There was an update in this article, and it says, in Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultimania, and that's like a big magazine or a book almost, with like behind the scenes stuff and how characters were made, designed and whatnot. It's like a companion piece to Kingdom Hearts 3. It was revealed that Critical Mode will be released as one of the free DLCs. Thanks go to... okay, so they just reference at KH Union for this info. Nomura also talked about whether there are plans for the future of the series, answering that there aren't specific plans for now, but discussions will take place. Yeah, that's no surprise because they just got the game out, and let's see how things, like how much money it gets, and actually start planning out some of the future story content instead of just putting it there and go, yeah, we'll make it. Nomura also mentioned that Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, which was originally called Unchained Key, that's the mobile game, will soon be moving to a new world and commenting on a couple of story points from Kingdom Hearts 3. So that was just answering a few little questions, and also with the Union Cross, that might, if you're saying it's a different world, it could be a new platform, because the Kingdom Hearts Cross, I believe, or Kingdom Hearts Key as it originally was in the Japanese one, they had like a full story bit, and then Union Cross is kind of like a data world version of that, which it gets weird. But it has a lot to do. If you don't recognize if you play Kingdom Hearts 3 and you don't recognize some of the characters, a few of them are in Union Cross or Unchained Key or whatever you want to call it. They were in the CG movie that came with the 2.8 final chapter prologue game. But there's a bit more to it in the mobile game. Okay, so that was number 1. News number 2. Disney reveals new details about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This is from epicstream.com, but there was all sorts of places it came from, especially StarWars.com. Star Wars fans have a lot to look forward to this year. Not only is Lucasfilm releasing the third and final sequel trilogy entry, Star Wars Episode 9, but Disney is also unveiling its brand new Star Wars theme park later this year at Disney and Disneyland and Walt Disney World. I should also mention that Mandalorian is coming out this year as well as a TV series. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has 2 major attractions, but so far, for the past few months, the Mickey Mouse house has been putting its focus on detailing Smuggler's Run. I don't know why I do it like that. That's what it's called, Smuggler's Run, a ride which will allow guests to take the controls of the Falcon in one of these 3 unique and critical roles as the ship hurtles through space. Some will be pilots, some gunners, and others will be flight engineers, creating multiple ways for guests to experience the attraction. What I would have liked better than that would be, instead of the Disney people or the Star Wars people, Lucasfilm people working on that and doing that, get the actual audience to be part of that. Especially a lot of these people coming to Galaxy's Edge will be fans, hardcore fans, I guess you could say, or even casual fans as well. It's a family-friendly environment, but get the kids and get some of the hardcore fans in there because they know all the lore and stuff like that. And get them to be part of the actual ride and be gunners and be engineers and stuff like that. And I reckon that's a real LARPing experience. Live action role playing. The other attraction, Rise of the Resistance, has been given less of a spotlight. All we know right now is that the attraction will throw new recruits of the Resistance in a heavy battle against the First Order, which will definitely include a face-off with Kylo Ren. These recruits' journeys will bring them inside the halls of a full-size starship and aboard a nearby Star Destroyer. That seems more like a VR experience, so that should be cool. Now, thanks to Inside the Magic, we have more details about the new shops and eateries available on the planet of Batuu in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Not only are we getting a droid depot, which will allow guests to construct their own astromech droids, but Savi's workshop, hand-built lightsabers, will also give fans the opportunity to customize and craft their own lightsaber weapons. Yes! That's what I want. That's what I'm going there for. I want a lightsaber hilt. I don't want to pay $300 for these FX lightsabers models that they've done, where you get Yoda's, Darth Maul's, Vader's, Anakin's, Luke's, and all that. I want my own. I remember being a kid and drawing my own designs and stuff like that. Some ended up being really cool. And by kid I mean adolescent. From 12 to I don't know, 18 probably, I was drawing these lightsaber designs. So I'm excited to really do it in real life. So that'll be awesome. There's also a creature store dedicated to all the different creatures in the franchise, and a toy dairy and toy maker store full of toys. That reminds me of that Build-A-Bear thing they did, where you could just make teddy bears for charity and stuff like that. I reckon that'd be cool, or you could take the toys home. I don't know how this one will work. Resistance Supply offers different accessories for those who want to be part of the Resistance, and the First Order Cargo does the same for those who want to dip into the dark side. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is set to open at Disneyland in Anaheim sometime later this summer. That's winter for us. Awesome. The Walt Disney World location opens at the end of the year. Yeah, so the Anaheim one coming out within 5 months? Wow. Oh, okay, news number 3. New Pokemon game coming to Switch. This is from Polygon.com. Pokemon's first mainline Nintendo Switch games are Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, the Pokemon Company has revealed. They'll launch later this year. The games are the first totally new, I wouldn't say totally new, but traditional RPGs in the series since Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon in 2017. A trailer showed the game's fully 3D setting with new areas and trainers. The region is called Galar, Galar, not Gallah, like the bird. I think that's how you spell it anyway. Described as a more modern setting by the director Shigeru Omori of Game Freak. It looks to be a factory-heavy one with cranes, trains, and steelworks. The Pokemon Company adds that it is idyllic countryside and contemporary cities, vast plains and snow-covered mountains. Apparently, so what everyone else is saying out there on the internet, it's a very Britain-esque kind of landscape instead of the Japanese-esque ones that they've usually based Pokemon on in previous games, except for Sun and Moon, which were more Hawaiian style. We also see trainers fighting in actual Pokemon stadiums. Other areas include a mine, a library, a train station, and much bigger, cuter hometown than ever before. The Galar region also certainly has plenty of snow to trek through. It also looks much more north and south orientated than previous works. So going up and down instead of left and right and left. Left and right. No. Right and left. Yeah. Which should make for an interesting journey. Sword and Shield will feature actual wild Pokemon battles, unlike the most recent Nintendo Switch game, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. And the usual trainer battles, so like random battles, they spot you, Tling! Come get me. There will be both new Pokemon and the reappearance of Pokemon from previous generations. We saw monsters like Pikachu, Tyranitar, and Munchlax, for example. There will also be the return of actual Pokemon gyms, according to the game's website. The 7th generation games, Sun and Moon, replace these with Island Trials, a fun diversion for the usual Pokemon world, but we missed proper battles against gym leaders and trainers. So yeah, it's gone back to the traditional mold. The only real difference I've seen from these previous later generations, like Sun and Moon, X and Y, Black and White and stuff, they've moved the camera down so it's more third person instead of just kind of hovering over the back or top down like it usually has been in especially in the older games. So yeah, you get a different angle on gameplay, like traversal gameplay, but I'm not sure, and the actual battle will look a lot more like Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but I'm not entirely sold that this is going to be like a whole new RPG kind of experience kind of thing. It just feels more like traditional Pokemon. But we'll just see how it goes. A lot of people are excited for it. This should be good. Let me know if you're excited for it. I really want to know that. I want your input. So leave a comment down below. Tell me if you're excited for this new Pokemon game. I'd love to know. Alright, so that was news number 4, wasn't it? So, hang on. Yeah, okay. News number 4. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order coming to Celebration Chicago. This is from StarWars.com. At Star Wars Celebration Chicago, fans will get a first look at what's coming next to Star Wars video games. In a special on Saturday, April 13th, EA and Respawn will pull back the curtain on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, in which gamers will meet a Padawan who survived Order 66 and explored the galaxy in the time after the fall of the Jedi Order. Please be Ahsoka, please be Ahsoka, please be Ahsoka. The discussion will feature never before released details ahead of the game's fall 2019 release. I'd love to see some concept art or even some gameplay which will be good, but I'm more of a concept art guys, so they can really explain what they're trying to convey with the characters and whatnot. Beyond this exciting debut, fans can invade the exhibition floor, sorry. Jeez, what's with me today? To try out other games including Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, a game of strategy, skill, and squad building, and Star Wars Pinball. Yes, I love pinball. From Zen Studios, innovatively immersive take on the arcade classic. Oh, and Star Wars The Old Republic, that from BioWare. One of the longest running games set 1,000 years before the rise of the Empire, and it's no longer canon. Sorry guys. We'll be hosting a special event with more details to come. Alright, that's it for the big news items. So let's now go on to the next segment that I like to call... That's it. What's on the notice board? On the notice board, just a few little tidbits that I like to point out that have happened during the week or the month or whatever, or some things I'd like you to go see and give me some reactions or something. Tell me what you think of some of this stuff. Okay, so there was only 2 or 3 things here, but because it's been kind of slow, but it's building up. First, I'd like to note that Horizon Zero Dawn celebrated its 2nd birthday, and with the announcement, we have been told that it's sold well over 10 million copies since its February 2017 launch. Wow, it's already been that long, 2 years. It just felt like last year, honestly. I love that game. Placing it in the company of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Wow, that's impressive. Which has also hit 8 figures in sales in a similar time. That's right, because there was a bit of a sale battle where it's like, or if you're a Nintendo fanboy, play Breath of the Wild, and I think that came out like a week after Horizon Zero Dawn, or 2 weeks after or something. Yeah, I think it was, or even before. If I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments. Yeah, but so there was like, but if you're like a real PlayStation fan, play Horizon Zero Dawn kind of thing. And I played Zero Dawn. I didn't have a Switch at the time, so I was like, I'll wait. Yeah, really great game. Lots of technical, I wouldn't say skills, like abilities. To me, it felt like the combination of Western RPG gameplay and storytelling, and obviously it was really great because it won some it got some Game of the Year nominations, and obviously it's 10 million copies. It's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that's probably got to be one of the top in all time, possibly. I could be completely throwing it out there. Yeah, it just, besides the facial animation stuff, it just felt like a well-rounded game. So if you haven't played that yet, I definitely recommend go and play Horizon Zero Dawn. The second one, Captain Marvel, the movie, releases next week, or this week, depending on when you're watching it. March 8th, it comes out. Go see it. It's set in the 90s. It's got a tie-in to Avengers Endgame, which they're calling it, and that's going to be cool. Brie Larson's going to be Captain Marvel. Finally, a female hero, I guess. like that has top billing in the Marvel movie. That's going to be cool. Okay, and the third and last one for the nerd board, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Do you remember that Pokemon, the first movie? And you got like limited edition trading cards and stuff like that. That when you buy a ticket, that was a great movie. They're doing a 3D version, like a CG version, in Japan, and it's called Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, right? And it's pretty much tit for tat if you do a video comparison, but just set in a 3D point of view, I guess. And so I'll put a link down in the description below. Check that out. It's really cool, but that's still probably a while away. And it's only in Japanese. There's not even any subs. Sorry. Okay. Rumors abound. There's only just one big rumor that's been milling about on the internet the last few days or even weeks. Final Fantasy VII Remake release this year. I got this from dailystar.co.uk, but it was mainly mentioned in Reddit forums. Earlier this week, the Japanese gaming company released their financial results, which showed they could be planning a major game release later in 2019. Square Enix president Yosuke Matsuda told everyone to look forward to E3. The company is targeting a big increase in revenue for the third quarter of the financial year. It's no surprise many jumped to the same conclusion: the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's been a long enough time. The third quarter of the current financial year is between October and December, so maybe like a Christmas release, which is strange. Or October, because when did Final Fantasy 15 come out? November 21 or something? So, yeah, it was just around that Christmas period, wasn't it? So, yeah, it could... On the 27th, I think it was, October 27th. So, could be the same again this year. Another Christmas release for Final Fantasy. Fans are now speculating whether the big revenue increase could be... Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's the thing where it was announced back in 2015, right? And at the end, at E3, and at the end... I think it was like Tokyo Game Show. They showed off some gameplay, and then Gamescom 2016, I think they showed off some more gameplay, and like Japanese cutscenes and stuff like that. But like in-game cutscenes. But then they had the issue where CyberConnect 2 was developing it, and it looked pretty decent from what I saw. It reminded me of Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7, like the battle system and stuff like that reminded me of that, and I was excited for that. That was a great game. If you haven't played that, go play Crisis Core. My God, that makes Final Fantasy 7 even better than before. Advent Children even better than before. I like Final Fantasy. But, so Square apparently wasn't happy with CyberConnect 2's progress, and they said, forget it, we're taking it back in-house, we're going to do it ourselves, and even though they had like 5 other projects on the go, which was silly. And so, we haven't really heard anything since then. They said, after they announced, we're taking it back, they were very quiet on Final Fantasy VII Remake. So maybe this is the time where they say, hey, we've been busy, this is part 1, it's out. Bang. It's out in like 4 months. So, just look forward to E3, and, I always do. I might be streaming it again this year. So, follow me for more news, I guess. Okay, so that's it for all the news and speculations and stuff. Now for the end piece games out this week. Okay, so let's get into it. Trails Rising. I think that was a dirt bike game. That's on PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PC. 8-bit Invaders. 8-bit Invaders, PS4, Xbox One. Stellaris, PS4 and Xbox One. The Lego Movie 2 video game, Xbox One, PS4, and the Switch. Fractured Minds on the Switch. Child of Light Ultimate Edition / Valiant Hearts The Great Wars double pack. I can't I played Child of Light. Great, good game. I didn't really get into it much. I don't know why. These are Ubisoft games, by the way. But the Great War, Valiant Hearts, fantastic game. Yeah, get this. Just get this pack. Get this double pack. It's on the Switch. Perfect for that system. Skyhill on the Switch. Death Coming on PS4. Deponia Doomsday on PS4. Kingdom Hearts VR Experience on the PSVR. Wow, I didn't think that was going to be ready, but apparently it's out. Ape Out on Nintendo Switch. Get that game, that's very fun. Deltarune Chapter 1 on the Switch. That's from the same makers as Undertale. And if you... Deltarune is just an anagram for that previous game that I just mentioned. I'm blanking. DOA 6, Dead or Alive 6, Xbox One, PS4, PC. Toe Jam and Earl, Back in the Groove. This is on Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Alright guys, that's it for me today. If you want to follow anything else that I'm doing, some reaction videos, I might be doing some gameplay soon. My capture card's on the fritz, my internet's on the fritz, I don't know what's going on. Follow me here, follow these links, Facebook, join the group, join the discussion, hit me up on Twitter, I post random stuff there. Yeah, leave comments down below. Tell me what I can improve. Tell me what you like to see or hear from. What kind of games you want to talk about, comics or anything, animation, like Star Wars Rebels, for instance. Wink, wink. Yeah, just hit me up. Get in contact. I really want to hear from you guys. Anyway, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks again for sticking around for as long as you have. End of line.